So as you kind of venture onto the ground, you can take some movement, maybe kind of sway the knees a little bit, maybe open and close the mouth. You can even take a good morning stretch, a full body stretch, kind of lengthen it out. And then find any position that feels good. You can take Shavasana, arms and legs out long. You could bend a leg, kind of find like a tree pose position. You could bend both legs. And if laying on your back doesn't feel right, to know that you can always lay on the side, take child pose, find a position where you can bring your awareness right here and feel really grounded, really supported in the body. And then kind of take in your surroundings, any outside noises, distractions, anything that might be happening in your space that might kind of pull your attention, your focus. Acknowledging those things and then giving them permission to be in the background. And if it feels right, always an option to bring your awareness inward. Maybe scanning the body from the toes all the way to the crown of the head. Kind of seeing if you can soften, relax, especially where your body makes contact with the ground. Kind of using the support of the ground to give the body permission to let go. And then if you haven't done so yet and it feels right, always an option to connect with the breath. No need to change the breath, just starting to notice it. Starting to maybe connect with the rise and the fall of the belly, of the chest. And with each inhale, you can think about using the breath to expand, to take up space. And then with each exhale, you can think about maybe softening or letting go of anything that's holding you back. Any high expectations, any judgment, any comparisons you may put on yourself. Kind of let those things go. And kind of using the breath to create space in the body and the mind by letting go of the things that bring us harm, that don't cultivate ahimsa, that don't cultivate us kindness. So today, if you would like, feel free to set a focal point and intention for your practice, whatever it may be. Maybe it's focusing on letting go to create space. Cultivating ahimsa for yourself, cultivating kindness through your thoughts and through your movements. So if you have a focal point and intention, feel free to set it now. Maybe you hold it at the third eye, the place of your third eye chakra, Anya. This is where your inner teacher lives. So whenever the mind wants to wander, maybe when the mind wants to give up, come back to this spot. Connecting with your inner teacher, connecting with your intention, and bringing you right back here, present. And then we'll seal our intentions in with a couple rounds of breath. So if you would like, take a deep inhale in through the nose, filling up with your intention, maybe filling up, creating space with the breath. And then open mouth, exhale, let go of any of those things that hold you back. One more deep inhale, fill up. Maybe you hold the breath at the top, feel the heartbeat. And then slow and steady, open mouth, exhale, let it go. And then always an option for your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. Inhale through the nose, seal your lips. And then as you exhale, take it back out through the nose. Find that slight constriction in the back of the throat, making your breath audible. Listening to the breath, but also that constriction in the throat makes the exhale breath a little longer than the inhale, which can help us stay a little more relaxed, a little more calm as we explore some maybe challenging or intense movements. And then you're more than welcome to stay here or come back to a place of rest at any point. But when you're ready, you can slowly start to reawaken. Maybe wiggle the fingers, the toes, kind of roll the ankles, the wrists. Maybe start to make the movements a little bit bigger, bend the legs, full body stretch, whatever you need right now, go for it. Keeping your awareness here, connecting with the body, seeing what you need today. And then if the knees aren't drawing into the chest, feel free to do so. And then option for wind removing pose. Just kind of saying hi to the hip and the hip flexors, hugging the right knee in, maybe sway the knee a little bit, kind of go side to side, maybe roll the ankle, the spread out the toes, there we go. And then you can kind of stay here, maybe focus on lengthening through the left side, maybe you kind of reach the heel away, kind of breathing into the front of the left hip. And then gently start to bend into the left leg, pull it in, give yourself a squeeze, and then a wind removing pose on the other side. Extend the right leg, draw the left leg in, maybe sway the knee, roll the ankle. And same thing, finding compression on the left side on the hip flexor as you maybe extend through the right. And then gently draw both knees into the chest, give yourself a squeeze, and then go ahead, place your feet flat on the ground. Okay, so we're going to do some Pilates work right in the beginning of the class and kind of help us find our core muscles as we explore some twisting movement. So we keep the pelvis and our low back very stable and supported. So first start with some some pelvic tilts, gently kind of rocking the pelvis forward and back. Little baby cat cows, not going far here. And then option to stay here with the movement or find your neutral position. So you're not arching the low back, you're not pressing your low back down to the ground just yet. And then hands can rest on the belly so you can kind of feel your core muscles or arms to the side. And then take a breath, big inhale. As you exhale, imprint position, pull your bottom ribs, your pelvis to the belly, feel your strong core, and then hold, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, release. Good. Couple more. Inhale, breath, prepare. Exhale, imprint, bottom ribs, pelvis, pull to the belly, strong core. Take an inhale, and then exhale, release. Okay, let's do two more, and then we'll add on. Big inhale. Exhale, imprint. Hold here. Big inhale, breath, and then exhale, release. Good. Now we're going to add on, make it more weight bearing. So we're going to lift one foot at a time. If you feel pressure in the low back, keep your feet on the ground and just hold. Still working the core. So take an inhale. Exhale, imprint, bottom ribs, pelvis, pull to the belly, holding here. And then maybe lift one leg, maybe lift the other. Okay, so kind of like that dead bug position. Knees are kind of over the hips. Flex the toes. Okay, find your strong core. Hands can stay on the belly or maybe hands off to the side. Breathing here. And then to kind of make sure you're in imprint or to intensify, maybe palms to the thighs and squeeze the hands and the thighs together. Little tuck of the chin, keep the back of the neck long. Hold here for 3. Feel your core firing. Last 2. Take an inhale, last 1. And then as you exhale, release. Good, awesome job. Now we'll take some hip rolls just to explore some space in the front. So draw the heels down as you inhale, roll your pelvis, your low back, mid back off the ground, coming onto the shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, roll onto the mid back, low back, back onto the glutes. So a couple more, feel free to go at your own pace. Really being aware, be mindful of each body part lifting up, and then each body part pressing back down. Last one. Good, then option for shell position. Pull the knees into the chest, gently rock side to side. Good. Now we're going to add on and do some kind of twisting, okay? So option to stay here and keep your feet flat on the ground. And then option to place your arms off to the side like a T this time. Maybe palms are face down. Or if it feels okay in the shoulders, maybe palms face up. So you're kind of cactusing the arms, bending the elbows to 90. So whatever feels best for your shoulders. And see right now if you're arching the back, right? Maybe you need to adjust the arms more to the side or more to a T. Now find your imprint position. So strong core, low back is supported. Maybe start to lift up, lifting one leg, lift the other. So pull your bottom ribs, your pelvis to center. And now we're gonna go side to side, nice and slow. So do not force this. Do not go far. Listen to the low back. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just a little sway with the knees to the left. Try not to lift your right shoulder. Armpit is pressing down. And then inhale back to center. Exhale slowly, take the knees to the right. Left armpit, reach it down. Inhale center. Exhale slowly to the left. Right armpit is down. Inhale center. Exhale slowly to the right. So maybe take a couple more at your own pace. Maybe you need to take rest, but be very, very mindful, very, very aware of your shoulder lifting up. Kind of focusing on twisting at the pelvis. Beautiful work. One more to the right. Last one to the left. Good, so strong. Back to center, take an inhale, and then as you exhale, release. Whew, awesome job. Maybe a couple of hip rolls. Maybe you want to hold your shoulder bridge for a breath or two, reset, and then take it back down. Good. We'll come back to some Pilates work in a second. Let's stretch out the hips first. So option for figure four. Left foot stays down, cross the edge of your right foot, top of the thigh, and then maybe sway a little bit side to side. Maybe lift your left foot. But you have 5 rounds of breath to do whatever feels best. Stay here. Maybe take figure four with a twist. Place your right foot down to the ground. Right knee is gently pressing towards the ceiling. Or maybe you keep the legs more at center. Whatever feels best for your right hip, maybe into the outer thigh, the glute area. 2 more rounds of breath. And then slowly releasing, maybe shell position, pull the knees into the chest, gently sway. And then figure four on the other side, right foot to the ground. Cross the edge of your left foot, top of the thigh. Gently flex your left toes. And then maybe stay and kind of sway the legs. Maybe lift your right foot and sway. You can always grab it behind the right thigh. Maybe today you want to explore a little bit of a twist, kind of sending the legs over to the right. Maybe the left foot comes down to the ground and kind of breathe into the outer hip. I always say this, but my left hip is very cranky, especially today. So maybe the figure four with the twist feels better than just regular figure four. Or maybe regular figure four is where you want to be today. One's not better than the other. Let go of any judgment. Take a breath and let those thoughts go. Good, one more round here. Good, and then slowly come back to center. Maybe full body stretch, your knees to the chest. Awesome work. All right, one more round of Pilates and then we'll come off our back. So feet flat on the ground. And we're gonna start to lift the head and now the shoulder blades off the mat. Okay, at any point you can keep the head and the shoulder blades on the ground, or if you have a Pilates ball, maybe place it behind you. So ab preposition, palms will be down, and then take an inhale. As you exhale, imprint, and then option to reach for the heels, lifting the head, the shoulder blades off the ground. Hold, take an inhale, and then as you exhale, come back down. Here we go, moving with the breath. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, reach. Little tuck of the chin, back of the neck is long. Hold for the inhale, and then exhale back down. Inhale, breath. Exhale, reach. Hold, take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Good, maybe 4 more. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Hold, big inhale, strong belly. Exhale, release. Good, last 3. Exhale, reach. Hold, inhale. Exhale, lower. Last 2, big inhale. Exhale, reach. Take an inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Now option for a little hundreds preps. You're going to pump the arms. Take an inhale. Exhale, reach. Hold here. Maybe pump the arms. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. So little inhales, little exhales. Keep the low back grounded. Little tuck in the chin. Start to fire up the shoulders. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale. Exhale, release. Woo! Awesome job. Shell position, knees to the chest. Maybe a hip roll. Find a shoulder bridge, reset. Beautiful work. Good, and then coming back down. Now, so we're going to kind of put the two together where we lift the legs and the head. So we're going to do a round of single leg stretch and then a round of bicycle crunches and tap into our obliques, okay? Know that if the head lifted is too much, maybe you keep the head on the ground and just focus on using your core. You don't want to, strain the neck muscles. So pull the knees into the chest, and these are going to go fast, so do as many as you want. And then start to find imprint, and then maybe lift the head. Extend the left leg, single leg stretch position when you're moving pose, and then forehead can reach to the knee. If you want to challenge yourselves, arms can go off to the side. Here we go. Take an inhale. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Feel free to go at your own pace. You can take that exhale out through the mouth like you're blowing out of a straw. A little tuck of the chin, back of the neck is long. We got 8 more, and then we'll go into obliques. Keep breathing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg pulls in. Interlace the hands behind the head. Left elbow to the right knee. Here we go. Big inhale. Exhale, twist and switch. Twist. Twist. Feel free to go at your own pace. If you feel your low back start to arch, take a rest. No worries. You can always come back in at any point. Feel the ribs reaching to the opposite thigh. 7. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, both legs in, right where we started. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Woo! Awesome job. Maybe a hip roll. Take a breath or two in your shoulder bridge position. Slow it down. Maybe shell, knees to the chest, gently rock, give your low back some love. And then we're going to meet in tabletop position. You can always roll to one side, fetal pose and press yourself up. Or maybe you want to explore rock and rolling like a ball. So hands can come behind the thighs. And you're going to have to use a little momentum here to explore the movement. So pull the knees into the chest, kind of lift the pelvis. And then as you exhale, see if you can rock yourself forward. And if this seems near impossible, that's okay, right? You don't have to do it. Maybe laugh at yourself. It's just Pilates, it's just yoga. And if you do have the action down, maybe start to take momentum out of it and see if you can use your core a little bit more. But then once you're ready, we'll meet in tabletop. Ooh, awesome work. Slowing it down here. Maybe you want to wag your tail, say hi to the outer hips again, take some circles. Or option 4, cat-cow. So as you inhale, cow pose, gently rock the pelvis forward, but still try not to over-flare the front ribs. Maybe a little lift from the chin. And then exhale into your cat back, round the spine. Breathe the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale into cow, find some length in the front. Exhale into your cat, find some length in the back. Take 3 more rounds. Anything you need here, kind of get creative with it, add on, take away. Yeah, 1 more round. Good. And then we're going to explore twisting. So we're going to focus on now the ribs twisting, right? Kind of like those bicycle crunches as the hips, the pelvis stays stable. So hips point to the front. So working on thoracic spine mobility here. So right hand will come behind the head. Front ribs, keep them pulling in. And then maybe stay here or press into the left hand as you inhale, just a little lift from the right elbow. And then as you exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale, little lift. Feel the ribs turn right. Exhale, little twist. Feel the ribs turn left. So feel free to go at your own pace. 1 more. Now you can stick with the twisting or option 4, thread the needle. So right hand to the side or maybe reach to the ceiling. Exhale, right arm underneath. Roll to the right side. Now the right side of your face can hover. It can come down to the ground or maybe a pillow. But press the back of the right arm down. And today you can stay here. Maybe left hand walks forward. Maybe work the half bind and focus on rotating your left shoulder more internally. And reach your left hand behind you, maybe towards the low back or over to the right hip. But keep pressing the back of the right arm down. Maybe find a little lift from the chest. Breathe into the upper back. Take an inhale. Hang out here for the exhale. Good, then if need to, left hand comes back down. Press into the left palm. Inhale, rise up, maybe off to the side or to the ceiling, and then release back to tabletop. Good, same thing on the other side. So left hand comes behind the head. Think of your front ribs in, hips pointing forward, pelvis is stable. And then as you inhale, just a little lift from the left elbow. Feel the ribs rotating. And then as you exhale, twist to the right. Feel the ribs reaching to the right side. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, twist right. Feel free to go at your own pace. Keep pressing into the right hand. Maybe one more. And then option for thread the needle. Inhale, left arm to the side or extend overhead. Exhale, left arm underneath. Gently roll into the left. Find a spot that feels good. Left side of your face can come down to the ground. Maybe right hand reaches behind you. But press the back of your left arm into the ground so you're not placing any weight into the neck or to the head. Find a spot that feels good for the left shoulder, the upper back. One more inhale. Soften with the exhale. Good. Then right hand can come back down. Press down. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, release. Woo! Awesome job. Now, feel free to stay here in tabletop or maybe down dog. Walk the hands forward. Slightly grip your fingertips. Squish your hands down. And then tuck the toes. Adho Mukha. Send the hips high. First one of class, so take some time here. Maybe pedal the legs, bend one knee, bend the other. Maybe shake your head yes, shake it no. But remember, gravity, your body is pulling you down to the hands. So be kind to your wrists. Grip down to lift up. And then start to turn your shoulders and your core muscles on. So from the inner arms, find a little lift to the ceiling. And then at the belly, see if you can gently hug the front ribs in. And then maybe place a bend in the knees. Don't worry if the heels don't touch. Reach them down. Take a breath. Soften with the exhale. Good. Now take your time. You can walk your hands to meet your feet or your feet to meet your hands. Ragdoll, nice relaxed forward fold. Feet can go as wide as you like. And maybe a chest expansion grip today. Maybe you interlace the hands behind the head and bring the chin to the chest. But feel free to sway, letting any high expectation, any harmful thoughts kind of melt off the body here. Letting those things go to help us create some space in the body and in the mind. One more breath. Now take your time, right? We've been upside down for a bit, so slowly roll up. Arms, head, nice and heavy. Keep a bend in the knees. And feel yourself slowly rising. Woo. And then once you're there, take some shoulder shrugs. Go one way, go the other. Maybe roll the head and the neck. And we're going to work the shoulders a little differently today. Every now and then I like to take kind of like, it's not a reverse sun A, but kind of take sun salutations more from the back of the mat. And so instead of stepping the feet back, which can be very difficult, we can walk the hands forward, and that will also work the shoulders, okay? But if you would rather take them from the front, feel free to do so. And to know that your props won't be there, so you might be a little more active. So don't be afraid to adjust, maybe blocks move to the back. But finding Tadasana, mountain pose, feel the feet underneath you, pelvis is at neutral, right? Keep the water in the bowl, and then maybe roll the shoulder heads down, the spine, palms can shine forward. Maybe you find a focal point out in front of you, bring your attention, your focus back here. Maybe you close the eyes and come back inward. Find the breath. See if you can slow the exhale down. And find some gratitude for yourself, for taking time out of your busy day to be right here. You being here is a sign of love for yourself, for your friends, your family, a sign of love for your community. Taking time to better yourself, to better the world. Take a breath, deep inhale. Maybe an open mouth exhale. Good, Surya Namaskar 8, nice and slow. Inhale, rise, arms forward, maybe overhead. Keep the front ribs in. And then exhale, forward fold. Maybe hands come through the heart, passing through the heart, taking that love and kindness down to the earth. And then inhale, halfway lift. Option to place the palms at the shins or even the thighs. But find a nice neutral position. Hug your front ribs in, gaze to the toes. Shoulder blades down the spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, high plank. Bend your knees and then walk your hands all the way to the top of the mat. Maybe right away you come onto the knees. First one of class, so be kind here. But wherever you're at, can you find your imprint position so you're not arching into the low back, right? No arching, hug the ribs in. Pull your hands and your feet together, or maybe the hands and the knees together, kind of holding your weight at your strong core. Take a breath, big inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly bend the elbows, come all the way down to the ground. Cobra pose. So I'm going to teach it to you more in a yoga position, but no, very similar to Pilates with breaststroke prep 1. Okay, and we'll take 3 rounds. So just a little lift from the upper body. Feet are going to press down, knees lift, outer hips roll down, inner thighs squeeze in and up. And then as you inhale, start to lift the chest. Keep the hands soft, so you're not pressing into the hands. Gaze slightly forward. Make sure you're breathing. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, lower, maybe left ear to the mat. Stretch out the neck. Try to relax, soften. And then maybe 2 more. So think about using the muscles on your back body, the glutes, your spine muscles, your inner thighs to lift up and not the hands. Here we go. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Feet are grounded. Inner thighs are squeezing in. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, lower, right ear to the mat. Reset. Maybe 1 more. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Little lift, outer hips roll down, inner thighs squeeze in and up. Exhale, lower. Good. Now tuck the toes under. Slowly pressing into the hands. Big inhale, find your kneeling plank. And then this round, option for child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees can go wide. Send the hips back. Reset here, slow it down. And then focus on kind of breathing into the back body. Finding space in the back of the lungs. Deep inhale, feel the back body rise. Slow exhale, soften. Yeah, now you can stay here or shifting forward, tabletop, maybe downward dog, send the hips high. Shake the head yes, shake it no. Good, now slowly walk your hands to the back of your feet. Find your forward fold position, and then right away, inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or the thighs. Exhale, fold, soften. Now nice and active as we come up, so keep a bend in the knees, keep your low back nice and flat, kind of like you're coming up through chair. Big inhale, rise, extended mountain. Exhale, maybe pull it into the heart, Samasthiti. Take a breath. Slow exhale. Good, so we're going to do 2 rounds of Sunday. First one we're going to stick with Cobra. Next round we're going to give you the option for Chaturanga. All right? Make it unique. Do what you need. If you want to go to Chaturanga this second round, go for it. Your choice. So when you're ready, inhale, rise, extended Tadasana. Arms forward, maybe overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Gently pull the belly in. Exhale, high plank. Bend the knees, walk the hands forward. Holding in your high plank, maybe you come onto the knees. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. 3 rounds of Cobra. Do as many as you like. As you inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Strengthen the back body. Exhale, lower, maybe left ear to the mat. Inhale, Cobra, flowing with the breath. Try not to press into the hands. Exhale, lower, maybe right ear to the mat. Last one if you want it. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Outer hips roll down, inner thighs squeeze in. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes under. Feel free to use the knees. Big inhale, pressing up, kneeling plank. And then your choice, child's pose, or maybe right to downward dog. Be kind to yourself. Find what you need. You don't have to beat yourself up for rest. Take rest at any point. Deep inhale. Slow exhale. Good. And then when you're ready, one more time, walk your hands to the back of your mat, meet your feet. Once you're there, inhale, halfway lift, any variation, but strong core, support your spine. Exhale, fold, soften. Inhale, rise, extended Tadasana, a little bend in the knees, rising up. And then exhale, pull it into the heart, reset. Coming right back here. Maybe feel the heartbeat, the breath. See if you can slow it down. Good. Now option 4, chaturanga. Remember, it's a tricep push-up, and then maybe into upward facing dog. Up dog is that bigger back bend, and it doesn't always feel great. So know that you can skip it, lower down to the ground, and take cobra instead. And sometimes I think that's a little harder, right? A little more strength to go down and to come back up. So last one, feel free to skip if you need a rest. Here we go. Inhale, rise, extended Tadasana. Nice moving meditation. Go at your own pace. Exhale, forward fold. Bow to your amazing body. Inhale, halfway lift, strong core. Exhale, high plank, bend the knees, walk your hands forward. Good. For chaturanga, maybe come onto the knees. Keep your imprint position. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower about halfway down. Hug your elbows to the ribs. For upward dog, tops of the feet press down. Press into the hands. Maybe lift the knees. Gently shine the heart forward. Keep the front ribs in. And then as you exhale, down dog. Flip the feet back over. Press through the hands. Send the hips high. Take an inhale. Soften with the exhale. Good. Now this time we're going to come to the top. Feel free to lift the heels. Find space. Gaze forward. Bend the legs. Walk, step to the top of the mat. Once you're there, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now this time, chair pose. Bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Hands to heart, or maybe reach the hands forward. So drive the feet away. Squeeze the inner thighs in like you have a block there. And then make sure you're not flaring and tipping the pelvis forward. Maybe adjust the pelvis underneath you. Maybe pull your front ribs in. Now we're going to start to add some twists here. So take an inhale. As you exhale, open arm twist to the right. Feel the ribs turn right. Keep the hips pointing forward. Right hand can always come to the hip. And then inhale, come back to chair. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Left hand back or maybe to the hip. See if you kind of pull the right knee forward. Keep the right hip reaching back. Keep the knees in line. Ribs are reaching to the left. Flowing with the breath here. One more each side. Inhale, chair. Building some heat. Exhale, open arm twist right. Good. Inhale, chair. Exhale, open arm twist left. Inhale, chair pose. Maybe sit a little lower. Exhale, forward fold, release. Shake it out. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Now listen to the change. Exhale, left foot steps back, low lunge. Option to come onto the left knee. And then inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana, kneeling lunge. Hands can start at the hips, but kind of find the breath, slow it down here. But feel your feet pull towards center, squaring the hips to the front. And there's a little back bend here, so try not to over flare. Keep hugging the front ribs in. Now we're going to stretch out the left hip flexor. So right hand can stay on the hip. Feel your pelvis underneath you, so kind of scoop the pelvis, squeezing your left glute. Feel space in the front of the thigh. Maybe left hand goes overhead. Big inhale. And then as you exhale, little lean to the right. Trying to find some space in your left ribs, maybe into the armpit area. But keep pulling the pelvis underneath you. Keep squeezing through the left glute. Draw the feet to center. So strong. Big inhale. Stay for the exhale. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Frame out your right foot. Great place to use your blocks. And then option for half splits. Start to bump the hips back. You're going to slide your right heel forward. So the hips are on top of the back knee. And then option to flex your right toes towards the face. And then as you inhale, reach your heart forward. As you exhale, maybe fold. Say hi to the back of the right leg. Yeah, one more breath. Try to soften into it with the exhale. Good. Now option to stay here. This can be a little tricky, so listen to the back knee, listen to the hips, the spine, but option to kind of walk your hands to the right. So maybe take your blocks with you, but kind of twisting the upper body to the right side. So I'm not taking the hips with me. My hips are still pulling or pressing forward. So that's why I'm going to pull those feet towards one another, right hip reaching back, left hip forward. But then I'm going to reach my torso over to the right side. So kind of from the front, half splits position, hands are walking to the right. So I'm not bumping to the left. So think about reaching the right hip back. You might find some love for the outer right hip. Make sure you're not locking the right knee. One more breath. Stay for the exhale. Good, and then when you're ready, slowly come back forward. Come into your lunge. Bend the right knee. Now, option to walk your right foot over to the edge. Plant your palms. You can always use your blocks. Tuck your left toes under. Lift the left knee, and then maybe press into the hands to step back. Downward dog. Shake the head yes. Shake it no. Reset. Good. Now back to our Pilates work. So as you inhale, shift forward into your high plank. Maybe come onto the knees, and then come onto your right forearm, come onto the left. So elbows underneath the shoulders, forearm plank. Find your imprint, maybe knees and elbows pull towards one another or knees and toes. Shoulders soft away from the ears. And then maybe kind of think about squeezing your inner arms in. Just holding here for this first one. Feel your core muscles working. So strong. Last inhale. Now if you need to, onto the knees as you exhale, and then we'll lower down for Sphinx pose. Coming onto like the belly, the hips area. Nice kind of relaxed back bend here. Maybe look left, look right. Maybe take some half circles in the neck. But really be aware of the low back. So I tend to really flare the front ribs so I can find this like beautiful back bend, but it feels horrible for my lumbar spine. So I need to focus on kind of pulling the front ribs in to find my core to help support the low back in this extension, in this back bend position. Elbows draw to the ribs, lifting up through the crown of the head. Good, big inhale. And then as you exhale, lower down, walk the palms underneath the shoulders. Child's pose, tuck the toes under, press up. Knees can go wide, send the hips back. Maybe place blocks or your fists underneath the forehead. But a lot of heat, a lot of movement, a lot of work today. So take time to reset. Good, take an inhale. Slow and steady exhale. Good, then take your time, coming back up. And we'll meet back in downward dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips high. Now a little bit of core work here in down dog. Feel free to take rest. So if you would like, inhale, lift the right leg high, three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, shift forward. Right knee will bend, sending the knee to the right elbow. Good. Down dog kick, right leg goes back high. And then one more, knee over to the left elbow, cross it over. Good. Down dog kick, big inhale. This time, knee to your nose, lift the left heel, find space. Gaze forward, maybe lift the right hand, step, slide, gently pull your foot forward. Now, option, use your blocks here. Take an inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, left foot meets the right, forward fold, shake it out. Good. Chair pose. Inhale, Utkatasana. We got to do the other side. Bend the knees, hands to heart, or reach the hands forward. This round will go a little bit faster, and then we'll slow it down. We bend here. Draw the feet away. Hug the inner thighs in. Take an inhale. Open arm twist to the left as you exhale. Hips point forward. Inhale back to chair. Maybe you sit a little lower. Exhale, open arm twist right. One more each side if you want it. Building heat. Inhale. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the right. Good. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold, release. Woo. Shake it out, maybe kind of dance a little bit. Slowing it down, halfway lift, find space, and then right foot will step back. Feet are hip width, so if you need to, walk your left foot over to the edge, and then slowly lower onto the right knee. Take your time, right away pull your knee and your left heel towards center, and then option to rise up, kneeling lunge, Anjaneyasana. Feel the breath, all your hard work. Beautiful job. And then starting to find some space in the front of the right hip. So pelvis is underneath you. Try not to kick your butt out. Kind of scoop the pelvis underneath. Squeeze your right glute. Breathe into the front of the right side. And then you can stay here, or as you inhale, reach the right arm overhead. Exhale, maybe a little lean to the left. Keep squeezing the right glutes. Keep the hips squared. Breathe into the right side, especially the right hip flexor. One more breath. Stay for the exhale. Good, and then slowly rise up. Exhale, hands to the ground, maybe to your blocks, and then half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Send the hips back, slide your left leg forward so the hips are on top of the right knee, and then option to flex your left toes. And then find a spot where you can breathe into the back of the left leg. Left hip back, shoulders soft away from the ears. Take an inhale. Maybe bend a little more at the elbows. Now your choice, you can stay here or option to explore kind of like a twist. So keep your hips pointing forward, left hip is reaching back, and then maybe take your blocks and kind of walk your hands over to the left. Pull your feet towards center, so left heel, right knee drawing to center to help me square the hips. And then maybe you just explore reaching to the left. You might feel this in the outer left hip. You might feel this in the right side body, into the kind of back side of the right side. Or maybe you feel nothing at all. You don't always have to feel something. One more breath. Soften with the exhale. Good, then take your time, come back to center, frame out the left foot, bend into the left knee, and then we're gonna make our way into downward dog. So maybe you walk your left foot wide, plant the palms on the ground or on your blocks, lift the right knee, and then press into the hands, send your left foot back. Shake it out. And then one more time through this, shifting forward into your high plank. Maybe you want to come onto the knees and then lower to the left forearm, come onto the right. Okay, so kind of very similar to what we did in the beginning of class, hip dips, which I know you all love the challenge. So feel free to stay here. Remember, you can do these on the knees, but take an inhale. As you exhale, maybe just a little rock to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, a little rock to the right. So keeping the front ribs hugging in as you gently just kind of twist side to side. Finding your obliques, gently pressing your forearms into the ground. And you can do these on the knees. I'm still feeling this, it's still hard, so don't be afraid to adjust. Maybe one more each side, last one to the left, last one to the right. And then come back to center, pull everything in, big inhale. If you need to, onto the knees, lower down as you exhale, Sphinx pose. Good, find a little back bend here. Keep the front ribs hugging in, maybe find some movement in the head or the neck. Slow it down. Good, take an inhale, maybe grow a little bit taller. And then as you exhale, lower onto the chest. Palms can come underneath the shoulders. Child's pose, tuck the toes, press up. Knees can go wide, big toes to touch. Reset here, slow it down. The heart rate is up, don't be afraid to take a seat. But kind of check in. Come back to the breath. Maybe come back to your intention. Maybe you need to kind of release things to create a little space for kindness, for gratitude. And remind yourself, let yoga meet you where you are at. There's no goal in yoga. There's no end asana posture. You being here is already winning. So let go of any expectations of yourself, of your body, of your practice. Take an inhale. Soften with the exhale. One more deep inhale. Fill up the back body. Slow and steady exhale. Let it go. Good. Now, option to stay in child's pose. We got to finish up the core work. So maybe tabletop, downward dog when you're ready. So slow and steady movements here. From down dog, you can lift the left leg as high as you want. Three-legged dog. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bend the left knee and then shift forward to a high plank position, knee to the left elbow. Press into the hands, down dog kick, left leg goes high. One more, exhale, knee over to the right elbow, cross it over. Down dog kick, big inhale. This time, knee to your nose, lift the right heel, find space, cat back, gaze forward, step, lift your left hand, slide your left foot through, low lunge. Maybe grab your blocks. Take an inhale here, think of a halfway lift, finding space. And then exhale, forward fold, step, top of the mat. Shake it out. Good. Rising up, extended Tadasana. Keep a bend in the knees like you're coming up through chair. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, pull it in. Okay, maybe thumbs to the heart. Take an inhale. Slow it down as you exhale. Now, great place to maybe use a chair, or you can always grab for the wall. We're going to explore a twisting posture today, standing as our balance work, and then we'll stretch it out. All right? So, your choice. I'm going to show you a couple options, but essentially one-legged Tadasana. So, right foot will stay grounded, left leg will lift. Okay, so you can stay a little more active with your left foot lifted, or maybe place your left foot on the chair. Okay, no judgment. One's not better than the other. Strong belly, squeeze your right glute. And then option to reach the arms overhead. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, open arm twist to the left. You've been here in chair pose, it's a little different. Opening up to the left side. I like to place my right hand to the outer left thigh, kind of use that connection to help me stabilize. And then focus on the ribs turning left. Gaze up, maybe you gaze to the back. Good, so strong. Big inhale. Stay for the exhale. Slowly unwind. Back to one-legged Tadasana. Then from here, we're going to step it back into airplane lunge. So slowly hinge forward. Sweep your left foot back. And then sweep the arms back. Good, really strong here. Right hip is reaching back. Lift from the left inner thigh. And then start to kind of open up the chest as you work the back body. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and down the spine. See if you're flaring the front ribs. Pull the front ribs in. Take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. Good. Now right hand's going to stay. As you inhale, reach your left arm forward and then twist to the right. Okay? Feel free to stay here, or right hand can come down to a block. Right hand can come to the hip. I'm going to show you how to do this on the back knee. So if you want to, you can lower onto the left knee, maybe hands to heart, and you find revolved crescent. So back knee can be grounded, back knee can be lifted, or you can keep those open arms. But feeling the ribs turn to the right, breathing into the outer right hip. Find what feels best to you. You can also take grounded twists. Left hand to the ground, right hand high. Good. Big inhale. Stay for the exhale. Last inhale, breath. And then as you exhale, hands down to the ground. And then if you're on the left knee, lift it. Take an inhale, breath. And then wide-legged forward fold. Pivot to the left. Turning your toes in, heels out. Gonna give your inner thighs some love, which are working a lot today with those twisting actions. So maybe some side lunges. Maybe shake the head yes, shake it no. 2, 3 more rounds of breath here. And take an inhale. Maybe you relax into it with the exhale. Good. Now we're going to take this into lizard lunge. So hands can come underneath your shoulders. Take a halfway lift. And then you're going to pivot back to the front, but walk your right foot over to the edge of your mat. Hands are to the inside. And then maybe you come onto the left knee. Hands can always come to blocks. Right knee's behind your toes. I'm just going to say high to the hips, high to the inner thigh. And like I mentioned earlier, I was going to show you some kind of deeper twisting actions. And so be kind to yourself here. First thing is you can just hold. Lizard can be a challenge on its own. Maybe you roll to the edge of your right foot, kind of flex your right toes towards the shin, so you're not rolling into the ankle or to the knee. Protect those joints. Maybe that's enough today. Or right hand can come to the inner thigh and just press into the left. Feel your ribs turn to the right. This is kind of prep for twisted monkey. So one day the left leg would bend. One day the right hand could reach back and grab for the foot. Twisted monkey. Hanuman, the monkey god, grabbing his tail and reaching back. Okay, so find what you need here. No judgment from me, no judgment from you. Maybe 1-2 more rounds of breath. And then take your time, slowly release. Hands to the ground or to your blocks. One more time, down dog. Lift the left knee, step your right foot back. Shake it out. Take an inhale. If you need it, let go of any thoughts with the exhale. Come into the top of the mat, lift your heels, gaze forward, bend the legs, step, walk to the top. Halfway lift once you're there, big inhale. Exhale, fold. Keep a bend in the knees, inhale, rise, extended Tadasana, and then exhale, pull it in. Good, maybe see how the right hip feels a little different than the left. Whew. All right, last side, great work everyone. So one-legged Tadasana, keep your left foot grounded, and then right foot can lift. If you want to keep it a little more active, you can keep the right foot hovering, or use your chair. But wherever you're at, find a little bend in the left knee, squeeze your left glutes. And then if you are lifting the right foot, flex it. Keep the right leg strong. And then you can stay here or reach the arms overhead. Big inhale. And then exhale, open arm twist to the right. Feel your ribs turn right. Maybe left hand to the outer thigh. Use that connection. Hips are square to the front. Good. Big inhale. Hold, soften with the exhale. And then slowly unwind. Back to one-legged, reaching high to the sky. Inhale. And then slow and steady, some hip work. As you exhale, airplane lunge. Start to extend the right foot back. Sweep the arms back. Feet are hip width, so if you need to, widen the stance. Keep the front ribs hugging in. So kind of lift the belly off the left thigh. And then maybe work the upper back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and down the spine. Take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. Now the left hand's gonna stay. As you inhale, maybe reach the right hand forward and kind of start to turn the ribs to the left. Kind of setting yourself up. Stay here. I like to personally keep my left hand on my hip and then start to kind of sweep the right hand like a hacksaw to the left edge of my mat. So maybe one day elbow, forearm to the outer thigh. You can stay here. Maybe feel more supported with the right knee grounded. Maybe one day hands come to heart revolved crescent. And so with the back knee lifted, you're gonna, work the legs a little bit more. It's more active. The back knee grounded, maybe you can focus on alignment in the twist. Grounded twist is there. Open arm twist is there. Find the twist that feels best for you. I like to make a fist sometimes too with the right hand and press it into the left to kind of help me focus on the ribs turning to the left. Whew. Last inhale. And then exhale, release. Hands to the ground. If you need to, lift the right knee. And then wide-legged forward fold. Turn to the right. Left toes in. Last time you're here, anything you need, maybe just hang out. Let gravity do the work. Just make sure you're not locking the legs. Maybe shake the head yes, shake it no. Just being aware here, seeing how you feel physically and mentally. Seeing if you need to adjust, using awareness to help us let go, to adjust the thought patterns, to adjust the movement patterns. One more inhale. Soften with the exhale. Good, then lastly, lizard lunge. Hands underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale, and then you're gonna pivot to the front. Come to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot over to the edge. And then you can stay here. Maybe you come onto the right knee. Maybe you come onto your forearms or to a block. But remember, right knee stays behind the toes. Kind of breathing into the hip, the inner thigh, maybe into the right hip flexor. And then be kind to yourself here. Okay, we're all on our own journey, so please do not compare yourself to me. But option 2, maybe roll to the edge of your left foot. Keep your left toes flexed so you're not rolling into the ankle or the knee. Maybe one day your left hand comes to the left inner thigh. Press into the right hand, kind of lifting up. And then as you exhale, maybe explore your ribs, turning to the left. And if you really want to get fancy today, twisted monkey, kind of shift the weight forward so you can draw the right heel towards you, breathing into the front of the thigh, your quad. Maybe one day the left hand reaches back and you grab for the foot. But focus on, stretching the left hip, maybe stretching the front of the right hip and into the right quad muscle. So go to a spot that feels good there. Making sure you're not flaring the front ribs. One more breath. Soften with the exhale. Good, and take your time. Slowly, hands back to the ground. Maybe you lift the right knee. Adho Mukha, last one, reset. Maybe take a breath or two here. And then your choice, child's pose, dolphin, find whatever you need. Maybe you want to keep the heat moving. Maybe you want to let go, release the heat. Wherever you're at though, find a position that serves you right now. If you're in child's pose, see if you can relax the shoulders, the face, the jaw. And then see if you can slow the breath down. Good, one more big inhale. Slow and steady exhale. Good, awesome work. Slowly coming up. Great job. And then make your way onto your back. If you have a block, feel free to grab it. So twisting is really great for preparing for back bend. So we're going to do the last little bit of Pilates work with some bridge work. So the twisting will really kind of support that action. So if you want to, you're like, I'm done for, no more work, that's great. Maybe you grab a block and take supported bridge, or take that block and place it in between the thighs. If you don't have a block, think about the inner thighs pulling in, maybe the feet pulling out. So try not to knock the knees together, keep the legs about hip width. Arms can be off at the side, and then right away, draw the heels down, and just like your hip rolls, start to roll the low back, mid back off the ground, come onto the shoulder blades. Now, option to stay here. If you want to point your fingertips to the ceiling, maybe find a little more engagement into your lat muscles, into your upper back. Elbows, armpits can kind of reach down. But squeeze the block if you have it. If you don't have the block, maybe think about pulling the feet away, inner thighs draw in energetically. Try not to move the legs. And then breathe here. You can stay, or adding some movement. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slowly come back down. Breath here, inhale. Exhale, slowly come up. Hold at the top, inhale. Exhale, slowly come back down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Hold, inhale. Exhale, lower. Last two, inhale, breath. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Hold, take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, prepare. Exhale, heels down, lift up, and then hold at the top. Squeeze the block. Armpits, elbows can reach down. Try not to twerk the hips too high. Keep the length, the support in the low back. Little reach forward of the chin, back of the neck is long. We're here for 3. So strong. Last 2. Last one, big inhale, and then exhale, bring it back down. Woo! Awesome work. If you have the block, release it. And then Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees can go wide. Maybe blocks to the outer thighs. Maybe one or both hands to the heart, to the belly. Feel the breath. I promise no more heat, so take some time, slow things down. And then see if you can relax the shoulders, maybe open and close the mouth. But find some gratitude for yourself. Instead of focusing on what happened or what didn't happen, maybe focus on gratitude. Each day is different. Each practice will be different. So thank yourself for showing up. Thanking yourself for being present, being aware with the body, and using that awareness to let go, especially of those things that don't serve us, that hold us back. Take an inhale, fill up with gratitude. Let that gratitude penetrate every cell of your being. And then open mouth, exhale, share the gratitude off. Maybe one more deep inhale. Slow exhale. And you can stay here or slowly close your legs like a book. And then option to bring the knees to the chest. Rock side to side, maybe happy baby. Stamping your feet onto the ceiling. If you are grabbing for the backs of the feet, make sure the tailbone is pressing down, so try not to lift up. It's kind of like a double lizard lunge on both sides. So breathe into the hips here. And then option to stay here or option for a nice final twist. So you can release, feet can come back down to the ground. Maybe right leg crosses on top of the left. You can even take figure four legs if you want. But then arms off to the side like a T, knees fall left, maybe adjust the hips to the right. So find any final twist that feels good. Maybe you want to stretch out the hips a little bit and find figure four legs, or maybe you just want to stack the knees and that feels best for the outer thigh. Gaze can always be up, or maybe chin falls to the right. And I love twisting not just for the physical benefits, kind of lengthening the spine and also kind of rinsing out our internal organs, but also for the mental benefits as well. Kind of rinsing out the mind, letting go of any judgment. Take a breath, rinse, let it go. And then slowly come back to center. And then take it to the other side, maybe left leg crosses on top of the right, figure four legs, stack the legs, the knees fall to the right. Find a position that feels good for the hips. And kind of after we twist, after we rinse, there's space there. Space in the spine, space in the body, and space in the mind. And then being able to use that space to fill it up with things that we desire, things that we need. And the things that propel us to being the best version of us. Maybe chin falls to the left. One more big inhale. Maybe you gently twist with the exhale. And then slowly take your time, unwind, and then start to close out your practice however it feels best. Maybe legs up the wall, maybe use the wall, you can even use the chair and find that 90-90 position. But if there's any other postures, anything else you need, feel free to go there. But a lot of work today, a lot of heat building. So a nice, well-deserved Shavasana. So feel free to stay in any posture for as long as you need to. But when you are ready, Shavasana, corpse pose, is there waiting for you. So take up as much space as you like. Maybe use any props. Place your blocks underneath the knees or roll up a blanket. Maybe place a little pillow or fold up a blanket and place it underneath the head. Let the head, the neck feel supported. And then eyes can be open or closed. But Feel the ground underneath you supporting you, giving the body permission to relax, really encouraging the body to let go. An option to be here with the breath and kind of tune out my voice. Or option for a little body scan, which is a practice within Yoga Nidra. So sometimes connecting with the body and doing a body scan can kind of help us get out of the mind. So you're more than welcome to hang out here, listen to my voice as I bring you to specific body parts. So if you would like, bring your awareness to the hollow space of your throat. Connect with the tongue, the jaws, maybe finding sensation in the gums, the teeth, the lips, the entire mouth full of sensation. Connecting with the cheeks and the cheekbones, the chin, ears and earlobes, the nose and the tip of the nose, both nostrils, both eyeballs, full of sensation and awareness. The eyebrows and the space between the eyebrows. Awareness at the temples, the forehead, the top of the head, the back of the skull. Moving your way down to the back of the neck, and the whole head as one orb of a sensation. Now, option to feel the right shoulder from the inside. Connecting with the upper arm, the right elbow, forearm, the wrist, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand. Connecting with the right thumb, the pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Maybe feel the spaces between the fingers. Feel the tips of the fingers. Sensation of the whole right hand. Sensation of the whole right arm. Now feel the left shoulder from the inside. The upper arm moving down to the left elbow. Forearm. The wrist, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the left thumb, pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Feel the spaces between the fingers. Connect with the tips of the fingers. Sensation of the whole left hand, sensation of the whole left arm. Now feel the chest and the upper back. Feel the rib cage, the mid back. Feel the belly and the low back, the pelvis, the glutes. Sensation of the torso, sensation of the spine, sensation of your whole center. Now option to feel the right hip from the inside, the thigh, knee, the lower leg, the calf, the right ankle. The heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, connecting with the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, pinky toe. Maybe feel the spaces between the toes, the tips of the toes. Sensation of the whole right foot, sensation of the whole right leg. Now feel the left hip from the inside, the thigh, knee, the lower leg, the calf, the left ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, pinky toe. Maybe feel the spaces between the toes, the tips of the toes. Sensation of the whole left foot, sensation of the whole left leg. An option to feel the whole body at once. Each individual sensation melting into a mass of sensation. Awareness of the whole body at once. Maybe start to feel the relaxation in the body, feeling calm, feeling grateful. And then you're more than welcome to stay here, fully relaxed, fully aware, or option to come back to your natural, slow breath. Feeling the rhythm of the breath, feeling the ebb and the flow. And then starting to feel the clothes on your skin, maybe the props underneath you. Maybe feel the ground is supporting you. Take in any sounds within your space or even outside of your space. Taste inside the mouth. Start to welcome the touch of air and aroma inside the nostrils. And then start to visualize the room that you are in. See the walls, the ceiling, the floor, bringing yourself back into your physical space. And then maybe once again, acknowledge the relaxation you may feel in both the body and the mind. Feeling nourished, feeling calm, feeling grateful. Grateful for your body, grateful for the time you spent here. Grateful for this moment. Fully aware, fully present, and fully at peace. And then when you're ready, slowly start to reawaken. Wiggle the fingers, the toes. Maybe roll the ankles, the wrists. Maybe start to let the head rock heavy side to side. And then when you feel right, option to make the movement a little bigger. Maybe a full body stretch, maybe knees to chest. And you can draw the knees to the chest, stay here, or option to rock onto your favorite side, fetal pose, using your bottom arm as a pillow. Take time here, or option to press yourself up to a seat, Sukhasana, meditation seat. Cross the ankles, sit on the shins. Eyes can be open or closed. Hands can be on the thighs, maybe hands to heart center. And one more time. Thank yourself for being here. Sometimes we don't give ourselves credit for showing up. Doesn't matter how it looked, but you were right here. So take a deep inhale in through the nose, fill up with gratitude, kindness, ahimsa for yourself. And then open mouth, exhale, share it off. And I thank each and every one of you for practicing with me. I thank the beautiful practice of yoga, Pilates, and all of my teachers, known and unknown. And from my heart to yours, with so much gratitude, I bow. Thank you, thank you.